Yeah. So we continue with the awards? Okay. Chemicals, drugs, pharmaceuticals and allied sector silver trophy, KLJ Plasticizers Limited, Shri KL Jain Group Chairman and Kamal Jain Managing Director to please come on the stage to receive the award from the Honorable Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for KLJ Plasticizers Limited. Chemicals, drugs, pharmaceuticals and allied sector MSME Gold, Supriya Life Sciences, Mr. Pavan Chaini to please come on the stage to receive the award. Chemicals, drugs, pharmaceuticals and allied sector MSME Silver, Prakash Chemicals International Private Limited, Shri Manish Shah, Managing Director, and Shri Ujjwal Manish Shah to please receive the award from the Honorable Minister. Engineering and Electronics Sector Gold, Marathon Electric India Private Limited, Mrs. Rajni Badola, General Manager. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mrs. Rajni Badola, Marathon Electric India Private Limited. Engineering and Electronics Sector Silver Premium Ferromet Private Limited, Mrs. Rajni Bihani to please come up on the stage and receive the award. Engineering and Electronics Sector MSME Gold Broadway Overseas Limited, Shri Sanjeev Mittal, Chairman and Managing Director, and Ms. Tanya Mittal to please come up on the stage to receive the award. Gold Trophy Broadway Overseas Limited, Engineering and Electronics Sector MSME Silver, Windsor Exports, Shri Munish Gupta, Managing Director, Ms. Monica Gupta and Ms. Riya Gupta to please come up on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, I would request you to please join your hands together and give a big round of applause. Gems and Jewelry Sector Gold, Kiran Gems Private Limited, Shri Mavji Bhai Lakhani, Managing Director, and Shri Krishi Lakhani. Gems and Jewelry Sector Gold, Kiran Gems. Gems and Jewelry Sector MSME Gold Banaras Beads Limited, Shri Ashok Kumar Gupta, Chairman and Managing Director, to please receive the award from the Honorable Minister. Leather and Leather Sector MSME Gold, Prisha Footprints, Shri Vikas Podar, to please come up on the stage to receive the award. Leather and Leather Sector MSME Silver, Chaudhary International. Leather and Leather Sector MSME Silver, Chaudhary International Private Limited, Shri Liaquat Ali Colombowala, Senior Vice President, to please receive the award from the Honorable Minister. Residual Sector Gold, Bagadia Brothers Private Limited, Shri Omi Bagadia and Shri Saurabh Shukla, Shri Anil Gupta, to please come up on the stage. Residual Sector Silver, Kanpur Plastic Plant Limited, Shri Sunil Mehta, Executive Director, and Shri Kunal Gupta. Residual Sector MSME Gold, Sri Ragam Exports Private Limited, Shri Siva Karan Nair, MD, and Shri Shriji Nair, Director, to please come on the stage to receive the award. Residual Sector MSME Silver, DCS International Trading Company, Shri Prem Kumar Solanki, Chairman, and Mrs. Pumi Solanki, to please. Textile Sector including RMG, Made-ups, Yarn, Handicrafts and Carpets, Gold Trophy, Indocount Industries Limited, Shri Kailash Lalpuria, Executive Director and CEO. Textile Sector including RMG, Made-ups, Yarn, Handicrafts and Carpets, Silver, Manjeet Cotton Private Limited, Shri Bhupendra Singh Rajpal, Managing Director, and Shri Sanchit Rajpal, Joint Managing Director. Textile Sector including RMG, Made-ups, Yarn, Handicrafts and Carpets, MSME Gold, Paramount Textiles Private Limited, Shri A. Prabhakaran, Senior Textile Sector including RMG, Made-ups, Yarn, Handicrafts and Carpets, Silver, Shroff Textile Exports, Shri Vijay Kumar Shroff, Miss Lalita Shroff Partners, to please receive the award. Service Provider Gold Trophy, Intercontinental Consultants and Technocrats Private Limited, Shri Prashant Kapila, Managing Director. Service Provider Silver Trophy, J&K India Private Limited, Shri Rakesh Kumar Arya and Shri Ashwini Kumar. Women Entrepreneurs Gold Trophy, Garware Westret Limited, Mr. Ajay Jain VP and Mr. Anil Dehadre to receive the award on behalf of Ms. Garware. Niryat Bandhu Bank's Gold Trophy, State Bank of India, Shri Praveen Raghvendra, Deputy Managing Director, to please receive the award. Banks Silver Trophy, Union Bank of India, Shri Rabha Subramanian S, Executive Director, Shri Medha V. Balasubramaniam, Chief General Manager. Outstanding Export Facilitation through Credit Insurance, Gold Trophy ECGC Limited, Shri M. Senthil Nathan, Chairman cum Managing Director. May I request Dr. Saktibel, President FIEO, to welcome the Honorable Yunus to deliver the welcome address.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Minister is Goyalji, Commerce, Industry, Textile and Consumer Affairs. Our export friend, Mr. Santosh Sharagi, DGFT, my DG Ajay Sayai, and our regional chairman, Mr. Malhotra, members from Management Committee from FIEO, ambassadors and members of the diplomatic corps, officers of the Government of India, distinguished award winners, exporters, entrepreneurs, friends, media, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the members of FIEO, the exporting community, and my own, I would like to express my gratitude to the Honorable Commerce and Industry Minister for agreeing to our request for giving away the Federation Niryat Shree and Niryat Bandhu Awards. It is a privilege and honor to welcome our Honorable Minister, who could save some time of his precious time for conferring the honor on the Champion of Champions. We are equally thankful to the Commerce Secretary, DGFT, for being the guest of honor of the award function. I also welcome all the award winners and congratulate them for outstanding efforts shown during the turbulent period in global trade. They have made the country proud through sheer dint of their hard work and meticulous planning. Sir, your presence here today will not only encourage our exporters, but will also inspire them to meet emerging global challenges. The exceptional achievement by our award winners clearly shows that when going gets tough, tough gets going. Your tenure as a Commerce Minister, sir, saw a remarkable growth of over 55% in the country's export in 2 years, taking aggregate export from 770 billion in 2022-23. Sir, the export sector added a 280 billion in the last 2 financial years, equivalent to 17 lakhs 44,000 crores. You have got the Midas touch, and whatever the target are fixed by you, you are able to achieve the same despite odds. But this cannot be a coincidence. Sir, I am very fortunate to be a president during your period, because my tenure will be written in the history of Indian exports, that 55% growth rate I can achieve because of your Midas touch, sir. Sir, my request to focus and support overseas market initiatives. Indian exporters lack in marketing, and small exporters hardly have resources to market aggressively overseas. Government support and encouragement to aggressive marketing will push export and will yield the desired result. We need to set up a state-of-art exposition center and important business centers abroad. Many countries have done it successfully. Sir, you may please request the Honorable Prime Minister to utter the exporters along with the Indian missions once again, as addressed by our Honorable Prime Minister on 6th August 2021, which is coordinated everyone, so that we all move to concentrated and cohesive manner to achieve the upcoming target. Honorable Minister may also have regular virtual meetings with our embassies on regional basis. Regular interaction helps in getting market trends and emerging non-market issues, if any. Sir, my exporters are anxiously awaiting to listen to your vision for export and receive the, and therefore I do not want to take much time. I would once again like to congratulate all the award winners and wish them continued success in their business venture. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. May I request Shree Santosh Sarangi, DGFT, to address the gathering.
Honorable Minister, Sri Piyush Goyalji, President FIEO, Dr. Shaktivel, DG FIEO, Dr. Sahai, Mr. Malhotra, and dear friends, at the outset, my compliments, congratulations to all the award winners on this FIEO Niryat Shree and Niryat Bandhu award ceremony. Today we are not celebrating just the achievement of individual exporters or individual companies. Today we are celebrating the contribution of wealth creators like all of you to the whole process of nation building. Dr. Shaktivel has already mentioned that in spite of all the headwinds, in spite of all the geopolitical tensions, in spite of all the inflation and inflation-induced recession in some of the most developed markets, all of you have faced the challenges head-on, and we have achieved the highest ever export of 770 billion USD in the current year. This kind of a massive growth, we always had our skepticism, we always had our cynical thoughts whether to achieve this or not. But Honorable Minister has always pushed the officials, the state governments, the exporters and export promotion councils to reach to their potential level, and this has enabled us to see the day when we have crossed 770 billion USD, and with this kind of a growth we are definitely on track to achieve 2 trillion exports that we have been thinking of since in the time period of 2030. I again wish all the best to all of you and compliment all of you, the wealth creators who are contributing wholeheartedly to the nation building process, and I wish this kind of award function will inspire new exporters and more and more exporters to join the export bandwagon and to contribute to our GDP growth in a big way. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I would like to take the privilege and honor of requesting the Honorable Union Minister for his keynote address.
Mr. Dr. Shaktivel, Mr. Sarangi, Mr. Rajkumar Malhotra, Mr. Ajay Sahai, all the award winners, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar, good evening. I don't know whether it's still evening. But at the outset, my sincerest apologies. I had gone for a meeting which is related to the ongoing FTA negotiations, which was slated to be for about half an hour. But I got held up because the discussions got very intense, and I only got free at about 8:18. I remember the time because that's the time I was able to get out. So while I'm late, and I sincerely apologize for it, the intention and the reason for being late is something that I hope all the exporting community will be happy about. You'd rather see some quicker turnaround on our international agreements and expanding the business opportunities for all of you than have me come on time for this program. But still, my sincerest apologies. Heartiest congratulations to all the award winners. Truly wonderful to see our exporters from different sectors, different size and scale, being recognized for their huge contribution in making India one of the leading international trading countries. As Mr. Sarangi rightly pointed out, our exports have grown exponentially in 2 years, from about $500 billion to, just to correct you, it's now gone up to 773 as we got the final service figures yesterday. Services has come to 325 billion. It's no mean achievement. It's been a wonderful journey. Goods are at about 448 billion. And collectively, we've grown about $100 billion, despite all the challenges of last year, despite all the difficulties that world trade experienced in the last 1 year. You, all of you, members of FIEO, the entire exporting community has truly, through your outstanding work, your exemplary performance, expanded India's outreach throughout the world, created an identity for Indian goods and services, acted as brand ambassadors for the wonderful offerings that India has, and set new benchmarks, which I hope will serve as an inspiration for exporters throughout the country in the years to come. As the Honorable Prime Minister had once said, and I'd like to quote, our exporters are our brand ambassadors. We need to provide them with all possible support to help them succeed in the global marketplace. And I think there can be no better words to express our collective efforts, both in government, in organizations like FIEO, and amongst the exporters, working hand in hand, collectively, with a common objective and mission to achieve a $2 trillion export from India of goods and services by 2030. Clearly an ambitious target. I often read editorials and newspaper articles challenging our wisdom, whether it can be done or it can't be done. But I think we'll all agree that it's better to aim high, even at the risk of a small failure, than to keep our aim only low and maybe even achieve a low objective or a low vision. Would you all agree with me on that? So let's aim high. Let's get extraordinary performance from all our members, all our exporters, because as they say, it's always the ordinary people who give extraordinary results, extraordinary performance. And I believe I have before me some of the finest business persons in India, some of the finest manufacturers or service providers who reflect the high quality of goods and services that we want to be known for, that we need to be recognized for across the world. And therefore, this is the time when India should engage increasingly with quality, produce or provide high quality goods and services, reflect a resilient Indian trading environment in which, in the worst of times, despite adversities, India should show to the world the path of progress, the path of growth, a rising India, a new India, which can face any challenges and come out winner, as India is doing today. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the collective mission which I invite all of you to join, as we in government are working with a laser focus on greater efficiency in our export procedures, in encouraging internationalization of our economy, in promoting e-commerce and giving support to the MSME sector, developing infrastructure of world-class quality, particularly the last mile connectivity, whether in ports, airports, ICDs, highways and super expressways, inland waterways. The fact that today electricity is available 24/7 throughout the country, our tryst to expand 5G connectivity at a rapid pace and probably become the first country in the world which will have 5G in the length and breadth of the country in a short period of time, having launched it only on 1st of October. Our own effort to have a pool of manpower, talent, skills, which is unparalleled anywhere in the world. All the building blocks that are necessary to make India an international partner one can trust, a player of significance in the world trade. And I have no doubt in my mind that given this virtuous cycle that India has now got into under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, where through unrelenting efforts, working day and night, Prime Minister Modi has built up the foundations as we enter into Amrit Kal, the next 25 years, the foundation of a strong and resilient economy, a foundation of stable economy, a foundation which boasts of growth, the fastest growing nation, large economy in the world today, a foundation of policy continuity and certainty, a foundation in which our currency has seen relative stability over the last 10 years compared to the past periods where rupee would go literally in cycles up and down. The foundations of strong foreign exchange reserves so that the country can confidently plan for a robust future for the nation. And all the other building blocks necessary, low inflation. Of course, when the world is facing such tumultuous times, we saw countries with 1.5% traditional inflation seeing double-digit inflation. And India, which traditionally was used to double-digit inflation, did not go beyond 6.5%. In fact, the 9-year period of the Modi government, the average inflation has been about 4.5%. An unparalleled feat in India's history. And all of these encourage and empower our exporting community to think big, be bold in our efforts, plan for a successful future. And even if there are any adversities along the way, we will face those challenges together. India will emerge a winner, and India will achieve our mission of becoming a developed economy by 2047 with the collective effort, with a sense of duty, with our own commitments. And that is only possible, ladies and gentlemen, when all of us work together, work with that spirit of dedication and commitment that our exporters have shown in the last 2 years. Incidentally, I have made a request, as you suggested already, to see if we can have an engagement where the Honorable Prime Minister talks to our missions once again. The August 6, 2021 meeting in the midst of COVID, where we had all the 180 missions participating, all our industry associations participating, all our export promotion councils and FIEO participating, all the line ministries on that call. I think that was truly a red letter day, which gave encouragement to all of us in this mission that we had embarked. And it is thanks to the Prime Minister's encouragement, his words of wisdom, his continued support and guidance through this journey that we have been able to grow from 500 to 676 and now to 773. The last 100 being the most difficult. And ladies and gentlemen, the times ahead are going to be very, very tough. The situation is only deteriorating from what we saw has happened today in the Ukraine-Russia war. It's going to be very, very challenging in the months and years ahead of us. But tough times is the time when people with mettle show their capabilities. And I'm sure with so many award winners today assembled here, with so many others who could have possibly been award winners, may have been just behind by a few $1 billion here, a few $1 million here and there. And I hope we'll get encouraged with today's program to be potential winners of awards in the years to come. Collectively, the 3,500 members of FIEO, all the 300,000 odd exporters in the country. Oh, you have 30,000 members. I see. Well, all of you working together in that spirit of cooperation or collaboration, yet competing with each other for greater elbow room, for greater space in the world markets, will certainly help India not only achieve our targets, not only exceed our targets, but make India a country respected in the community of nations as truly a super global power, a Vishwaguru, who will contribute to the world trade and contribute to make the world trade more honest, more rules-based, more transparent, more resilient, more effective, and serve the people of the world in the spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family that we in India have learned for generations and thousands of years. But what the world is now seeing through the lens of India, through our G20 presidency. Prime Minister Narendra Modi clearly, as the Italian Prime Minister said, Ms. Meloni said, the world's most loved leader, a leader recognized both in India and abroad as a person with an unmatched vision, as a person committed to take India out of years of stagnation to years of prosperity and progress. I believe this is the time for India. This is our moment in history. And let us all work together to ensure that we don't get left behind. Let us all work together to ensure that we will show the pathway to the rest of the world. And towards that, trading beyond boundaries, trading to newer markets, trading in newer products, producing in India for the world, serving from India the world economies, developed economies, exploring new markets, new opportunities, diversifying our export basket, encouraging collaborations and investment both into the country and internationally, becoming globally more competitive. These will be the drivers of our export and future international engagements. We have to ensure that the world recognizes brand India for quality and reliability. Our action plan for $2 trillion exports by 2030 can only be drawn up with your support and with your participation, because it's not a number we've thrown from the top of the hat. It's a number that comes out of the encouragement that each of the export promotion councils and FIEOs gives us, the confidence that you exude, the commitment that each one of you reflect, and the growth that we believe is possible given India's inherent strengths in several sectors, including services. Let us all work together for a future which will be ours, a future which will be India's defining moments, a future where with a single-minded purpose we will all work for inclusive growth, equitable growth, sustainable growth, and a shared prosperity for every Indian in this Amrit Kaal. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring words and sharing the vision and mission of the Honorable Prime Minister for a great country. I'm sure the collective efforts of everyone present here will make the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister a reality. Now, I would